This is for English teachers. What I'm basically saying is don't teach, play games. Imagine. Don't teach. We have got into the habit of explaining an English text, reading and explaining, reading, asking question answers, and then doing meanings and filling books without any end. And children, of course, are bored, they don't pick up the language, they don't build vocabulary. I'm going to teach you fun ways of doing it. Now, the English teacher is a resource, okay? So, if your own English is not very strong, you need to make it strong. You're duty bound because you're an English teacher. If you were any teacher, I might have forgiven you, but you're an English teacher. So, how do you make yourself strong? You have to be mindful. First of all, you have to listen to a lot of native speakers, whether they are movies, advertisements, speeches, whether they are serials, you have to listen to a lot of English mindfully. Then you have to read aloud so that your tongue develops a muscle memory and becomes fluent. Every day, read for 300 days and your English will be better, I promise you. The next one that you should do is to clean up your questions, because we teachers are constantly asking questions in class. Did you know that is something that should come out of my mouth without making mistakes. I can't say, did you knew that? I cannot do it, I should not do it. It's sacrilege if you're an English teacher. Therefore, get a list of questions and check it out with another teacher, or check it out with a voice dictionary on your computer and see how those questions are framed. Practice them, because that is part of our professional language that we use. So it's our business to make sure that we increase our vocabulary, because we need to supply it to children. Now, if you don't have Writing with Ease, my book, you need to buy it because it's got a huge amount of synonyms, a lot of vocabulary, and it will stand you in good stead. So, invest in that book so that you have it at your fingertips. Of course, watch a lot of movies and entertain yourself. It doesn't have to be a boring exercise. Use that vocabulary in the classroom. For example, if you take a bunch of words, let me give you some words. Magnificent, delightful, unmatched, progressive, impressive, superlative, astonishing, incredible, remarkable, spectacular. Now, these are all highly superlative words of praise, isn't it? Of telling somebody that they are excellent. Instead of using excellent, amazing, fantastic, which are the three words that will fall out of your mouth all the time, try to incorporate these words into the classroom. So you will get a variety of situations, from the weather to someone looking good to someone performing well. You can put this on everything that you find praiseworthy in the classroom. So it's building vocabulary. Once these words are built, you bring in other words. Become a resource, start using them, and children will pick it up and start using it themselves. That's how you build vocabulary. Play structure games. So if you play a game in class, it can be any kind of game. You don't always have to do physical games like pass a ball. It can be any sort of games that require a penalty, or it can be a game where you become it. So if you are the person who has a penalty, then you have to use a particular structure. So give them a set of structures. Had I been a bird, I would have taken, I would have gone, I would have flown. Past participles there. Have flown, have gone. Make them say it. You don't have to teach the grammar, but you have to make them say it. Say it. Had I been a bird, and instead of bird you throw another word at it. Fairy, monster, egg, any word. or they can pick it out of a bottle, but they'll have to use the structure. You can take a structure like in the event of an earthquake, we will plus base verb, we will evacuate, we will, and then you can continue that structure. So the children are getting these very sophisticated structures in the event of an earthquake, in the event of a disaster, in the event of failure. So you can change these over a period of time, but children will get it. I didn't plus base verb. I didn't know, I didn't see, I didn't find, I didn't encounter. So many words. And then they have to say, it must have been, I didn't find it, it must have been someone else who found it. I didn't see it, it must have been the driver's fault. So they can make sentences. Never would I have plus past participle. Never would I have known that I would become the president of this committee. Never would I have known. See, it's such a complicated structure. But if you play a game and allow children to use the structure, it will become theirs. So you can do structure practice. You can, don't dumb down children, don't make banal sentences, make good strong sentences. Make two groups and put two little boxes. So you have to pick out one from each. One contains verbs and the other contains adverbs. And then you have children who will pick up verbs and adverbs that don't match. And then the sentence that they make is going to be very funny and everybody has a big laugh. So if you have a verb like crawl and you say he crawled, and then the adverb that you pick out is hysterically, imagine crawling hysterically. So then you will find children are laughing in the middle school, because hysteria is a completely ridiculous adverb to put on a very slow motion like crawling. So you will get funny sentences. So that can be one game. Or you can have a noun and an adjective, and again people can make funny sentences and you can have a good laugh. So you can have fun in the classroom and you can load that classroom with vocabulary. So do it. Don't constantly get into a starchy teaching mode and try to complete that syllabus. Think in terms of skills, how to build vocabulary, how to bring in amazing structure, how to ensure that I mandate that the children use this vocabulary and structure in their essays. That's how you become an amazing teacher, and how your students show that their work indeed is a shining example of your expertise. So go for it. Thank you.